welcome back to the Tombolo Multicultural Variety Show of Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm your host, Michelle Debnath-Canning. If this is your first time here, we are here to showcase and promote the new immigrant businesses and the international arts and culture of this province. Let's go take a look. Today I had the opportunity to talk to Mohammed, owner and operator of Andaluzia Market. He is a prime example of what a new immigrant-focused business owner could do. Not only has he expanded from 1 to 2 market, he covers a variety of cultural ingredients in both his stores. Let's go take a look. Hi, Mohammed. It's so great to meet you here today. Thank you for taking the time to tell us about your store and your business, and I'm just looking forward to hearing so much more about it. Would you like to get started by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Mohammed. I came in St. John's 2013 as a graduate student. I finished my graduation in 2017. Then I worked for 2 years, and after that, in 2020, I opened my business, which is called Andaluzia Market.
Oh, wow. And what inspired you to start that business in the first place?
I am a son of a businessman in Morocco. So I grew up in a business family. They own a supermarket, a grocery, vegetables, butcher shop. So while growing with my dad, I learned a lot of skills. When I came in 2013, I found little hard to find some groceries of my hometown. And then the idea started growing up in my mind, and I decided in 2020 to open a little shop in East Street. So the original shop was a bit tiny, small one. And so I realized that the community need for some groceries, for example, Middle East, Iranian, Indian, Pakistani, Filipino. So I realized the high demand of these groceries. So I said, okay, that's my thing. That's my business. Why not to try open a small business? And then after that, things went well. And I started seeing people reactions that they are happy, seeing a lot of their items that they miss from home, and I had chance to bring that stuff on their table. For example, like vegetables, which they are very rare in St. John's.
So, what gave you that idea? Did you have, were you just connected to different communities and they were telling you that like they were looking for it as well?
You're right. That's one thing that we did. But when customers coming into the store, they highly recommend some stuff. They said, "Oh, Mohammed, we missing that items. We miss that. We miss that." I try to write them all, or sometimes they show me pictures. And from that things, I learned and I grew up little by little. So I started first with Middle East, and then I moved to add Iranian products. After a while, then I added the Indian products as well. And recently we expanded to Filipino items. So that's actually from the help of our customers. Our loyal customers would like us to grow up and grow the business to meet their demands.
So, you've been in business for 3 years then?
Years now, yes.
Wow. So, in the beginning, did you find any challenges opening this business in St. John's area in the first place, or did you find this was a pretty smooth transition?
No, actually, very smooth transition of the finding the location was the issue, because as you know, it's very hard to find locations with the big parkings, and very challenging. Then when I find the place, I said, okay, that's it. So you realize from the first moment you enter the store that this is the place they're gonna grow up. So I felt that thing, in the first moment. Then I started that there. One of the other tenants that was in the same building left because of the COVID, I believe. So I had that chance to get a bigger spot in the same building, which is double space, open space. Then I moved it there, and I expanded my products to Filipino, which is really a good expansion. And then that's it. Yeah.
The fact that you were able to successfully start a business at the beginning of a pandemic says a lot about your skill as a business person as well, too. How do you think your business succeeded? Like, what if there was a secret advice or anything to say, for anyone that's starting international business in St. John's and surrounding area, what advice would you have to give them? Because I mean, it's rare that you hear about, a business starting in the beginning of a pandemic and then being able to expand and grow its customers.
I am a person that grew up in a business family, which I know this business very well. So the first thing, you have the niche. You have to have the idea to work on, which means if you are an engineer, for example, I wouldn't see a successful business if you open in, let's say, a butcher shop, or open something that's has no relation to your field. This is my field. So first of all, choose your field that you are passionate about, that you understand about, do your homework about, and then see if there is any business that you can open in that field that you're interested in, and then the field that you understand to work on that field. I mean, that's number one choice if you want to succeed in the business.
And it's great that you came from a background that was also a foundation, really, that helped you build where you are today.
Yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, the foundation that you have, even if you are passionate about a subject or about a business, just try not just to open with nothing, just to do some homework, do some research, consult people, do some, an interview, do some, with modern technology now, you can do a lot of things, asking people if they are really in need of that sort of business in town, and then you can start the thing easy. I mean, because setting up business is so easy. I mean, you find a place, you create your company, and then you start advertising, and you start getting your products, and that's it. You start getting customers.
Welcome back to the Tombolo Multicultural Variety Show of Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm your host, Michelle Debnath-Canning. We have a few bonus features here today. So we are actually in person with Mohammed, who will be showing us his brand new store and some of the great products we have here. So let's go take a look. What is different about this store versus your older store?
Okay, so the oldest store, we had limited shelving, limited space. Now in this space we have more convenient for more products like African products, also Pakistani, Indian products, and also Bangladeshi groceries. So we had more space to put varieties of selections, and which is actually really very good in attracting all different nationalities here in St. John's.
Mohammed, tell us about this amazing butcher section that you've got. I know this is the new part that you've added onto this store.
Yes, so actually we added a butcher shop as a cutting fresh meat, beef, goats, and lambs, also chicken. So all halal and from local farms. Yeah.
So what is halal for those of us who don't know?
Yeah, halal is the way Muslims slaughter their own meat. So we only say a couple of words before we slaughter, and that's make it halal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the local farms you work with?
So all the farms here around Conception Bay South and also in Whitburn. So there are a couple of farms that they provide halal meat, which is really convenient for Muslims in the community here in St. John's and also in whole Newfoundland.
Yeah, it actually works out both ways, because not only are they being accommodating to a whole culture that exists in this province, but you are able to support local farmers. So really, that really helps the economy.
Yes, that's correct actually. We're trying to get all our meat from local farmers, and which they are really fresh, and instead of getting it from outside the province, we are a local grocery store, and we also support local farms and local butchers as well to get their fresh inventory.
So tell us about the fresh produce and vegetables that you have coming in here.
Awesome. So we do have weekly shipments of vegetables coming in every Tuesday and every Friday. So we do have a lot of varieties from outside Canada, and which is really attracts also the Middle Eastern and Asian people to come and shop their own groceries.
And so speaking of products, how are you and where are you getting these ingredients from? Because like you said, it's challenging for people in St. John's and surrounding area to find these things.
Most of the products came in from mainland, so Ontario, Quebec. These products are from the main suppliers. They got a huge supplies from outside of Canada, and since we are a small community, we can't import products, because you have to have a certain of license. You have to bring a huge container, or is really hard for small businesses. That's why we try to get supplies from mainland and support customers.
Do you find that there aren't any challenges now in sustaining or growing the business?
I think main challenges now that we have in Newfoundland is shipping. The shipping cost is going up by almost 80%, 100%, which got the product to be inflated in the prices. That's the main challenge we have in our province. We do care about the quality of products, the customers, the freshness of vegetables and everything, which require us to pay high shipping fees to get them very fresh, or to get frozen groceries, to get perishable groceries. These things is really costly compared to the first year I started in 2020. It's really difficult for the shipping is number one challenge in our province. All the other challenges is you can deal with,
right?
But something like shipping, you can't deal with. Like you can't handle it. If the shipping is increasing, the fee goes up. The cost of products and shipping from outside of Canada to Canada also got up. So products we've seen really the price going up, and we're trying to not increase that highly price and keep our profits on the minimum.
Yeah, and that's challenging, right? Because you're there trying to explain to customers why it's going up, but a lot of the factors are outside of your control as a business person, because it's things like it's the island tax, really, at the end of the day.
That's true. But customers, they are happy finding their products, and finding their groceries fresh. You know, they
Yes.
they sometimes they just happy finding the products. I see it in the face of my customers. They are,
Yeah.
well, Muhammad, that's good. You got these products. Please get us this product. Get us this and that, which is really interesting.
And you're bringing them a place where they can feel connected with their own communities in a way, and their own cultures, because you're bringing in food, which is something that people connect to so well. How do you find that by starting this business in the first place that you feel more connected to your own culture or sharing it with the Newfoundland locals as well?
Oh, 100%. Because when I was a student into 2013, I was doing a lot of volunteering in Mon, and then you had a connection with a lot of nationalities as an international student. So we had a couple of potlucks
Mhm.
around Mon. You have to bring your food and try different foods and stuff like that. At that moment, we had a very popular dish in Morocco. It's called couscous.
Mhm.
Uh, so I don't know if you heard about it. It's
Oh,
just
I have. I buy that. It's good. I wish I could make it from scratch.
yes. So couscous is number one. So when I started trying to find couscous, I it's a little bit difficult because the main ingredient is the couscous is the yellow like pasta things rolled. So you have to boil or steam. So I looked for it, but this is good. I found it in, I believe that time in Dominion or in other international store. I can't remember
Mhm.
exactly, but that was a little bit challenging. That's only one item I'm looking for. Let's
Mhm.
say looking for Moroccan tea,
Mm.
looking for Moroccan soup. Like
Mm.
this is very popular back home. I couldn't find Moroccan tea except from going probably to bulk burn, and I got some tea. I got some tea, then I got everything.
You're
So
going to like seven different places just to make yourself one meal.
yes, that's true. So that's the that's the challenge. So uh, connecting to international communities is very interesting. I mean, as connecting to Indian families, Indian Iranian friends, Iranian colleagues at work in my school, which gave us a broad idea about their culture, their food. You know.
Yes, that's right. And you're able to, the fact that you're able to kind of have that connection with different countries and cultures and talk to them personally and bring it back to your store, that also shows your skill as someone who's doing the outreach, who's doing the footwork to get this business thriving in a completely new province. How do you finding that you're so I mean, that really speaks about how you're contributing to the culture of Newfoundland. How are you finding locals' impression of the store as well?
Oh, it's they are very passionate about the store. They like trying like different flavors.
Hmm.
They look for suggestions of sweets and like they're looking for some ingredients, spices. Sometimes they bring a list of items. We can probably provide a half of the list, probably the other half. You know,
Yeah.
it's still the market of international community is very wide open,
Hmm.
uh, and they are happy about the store, and they are supportive, which is really good. They like the taste. They like everything. We hear their suggestions as well in terms of looking for other items, and I receive a lot of messages about the availability of some items in my Facebook page, which
Mm.
is good. I mean, the Newfoundlanders also they are really interested about visiting my store.
Do you find that that's a place that people from other cultures can still go and they can ask you questions about how to prepare a certain dish, find ingredients, get some more background information? Is there space for that with you and the staff?
Yes. In the store, me or my staff, we are in like a learning process with my other cultures because we don't know
Mhm.
everything. I mean, some yeah, we still ask questions sometimes by just curiosity.
Mhm.
If if we bring an item or two or three that was requested, let's say previous month,
Mhm.
and we finally the items and bring to the store, when the customers come in to get that item, from curiosity we ask them, what do you use for, and
Yeah.
how to use that item. We're still learning, you know. We still
Yes.
ask questions, a lot of questions about some items, you know, just to know how they prepare those items, how to add those spices, how they taste. So it's still, you know, it's really open concept about learning.
So what are some of the most popular items in your store? The things that can't stay on the shelf, people get really excited about.
Sometimes there are some stuff, seasonal stuff. Let's say
Mm,
from fruit and vegetables, which they are available only in summertime.
right.
So items are really people they are waiting the time that I let's say to give you for example lychee,
Yep.
which an
It's so
Asian.
good and it's so hard to find.
Yes, this is only available in summertime. So lychee is very popular fruit. They are
Hmm.
waiting summertime to get because people are asking about lychee, like let's say last 3 weeks. They are saying, Mohammed, when are you getting lychees? I said, okay, once I find lychee, I'll bring lychee in store. And
Hmm.
then when you bring in green plums in summertime, I said, okay, I'll get green plums. Mohammed, when are you getting fresh almonds? I said, okay.
Mm.
These all items they are showing up in late spring, first summer.
Hmm.
So these are items that are people waiting only season, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they are done. In
Mm.
terms of the other products on shelves, I have different products that they are very high demand, and whenever I get them, they are going well. Like desserts, like baklavas, uh,
Hmm.
sweets, like let's say Indian sweets, like jalebi, uh,
Hmm.
those these all sweets and stuff. Whenever I get them fresh, they are going well. I mean, they are really eager to see that products on the shelves.
So
Um,
when these things come in, are you promoting it on your social media page? How do people find out that this is coming in and it's rare and it's in demand?
yes, so so I kept my page active. So my customers use now to see all my products on my Facebook page.
Hmm.
So whenever I get the products, I post 99% of the products on my Facebook, telling the customer that I got this shipment, I got this fresh meat, I got this fresh goat, I got this, you know,
Yeah.
frozen item. So Facebook page and Instagram page, they are the tools that we use to promote the products and to promote the business.
Yeah, and you're joining the modern world really, because especially if you're starting a business in 2020, virtual promotion was definitely the best way to get started, right?
Yeah, that's only way we can promote our business.
So promoting this, so now that you've started this Middle Eastern slash Indian slash Philippine slash all these different culture, how do you find that you're promoting to the cultural diversity of the province? Because of course there's a big push, to expand the diversity because when people see it, they're more likely to come in. You're promoting an environment for newcomers. You're promoting an environment for people to come in and join the job force here, but still feel at home. So how do you think your store is contributing to that?
I believe the contribution is doing the job because I tell you, like compared to 2013,
Mhm.
uh, people when they come here as new international students or as a new international workers, they are the first thing to ask your people from your country where I can get these products from country. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yep.
So at that time, it was very difficult to find those items available, but
Hmm.
it kept like probably I'll tell you something like straightforward. Like some people probably they left the province only because they couldn't find their items that
Mm.
they used to have there back home. So in my business, staying providing the new international community, we are contributing to the retention of international communities in Newfoundland. Instead, of course, they're looking for jobs, they're looking for degrees and stuff, but finding their home products, this is actually to stay and grow in Newfoundland.
Perfect. Well, Mohammed, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Was there
I
anything you wanted to add to before we clue up?
want to thank my customers, my loyal customers, all the communities. and I'm happy that I'm providing all the items that they need. And without my loyal customers, I wouldn't be successful.
Thank you so much. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Michelle Debnath-Canning, and you are watching the Tombolo Multicultural Variety Show of Newfoundland and Labrador. Join us next time as we talk to new immigrant artists and much, much more in the province.